The third eye is often described as a doorway between ordinary sense perception and a subtler field where thought, energy, and time blend. When it stirs, the change is rarely theatrical. Most of the time it creeps in through details you almost dismiss. The paradox is that you do not make this center awaken. You recognize that it already has. If any of the following impressions feel familiar, consider them confirmations, not goals. An unmistakable thickening of intuition is usually the first clue. It is not dramatic fortune-telling. Rather, hunches arrive already verified by an inner certainty. You hesitate before turning onto a road and later learn traffic stalled there all morning. You sense a friend's mood before the greeting begins. These moments land without adrenaline because the analytic mind never formed the question. Something deeper supplied the answer in advance. The third eye's signal is quiet accuracy that repeats until you trust it more than external evidence. Night brings another marker. Dreams grow cinematic and insist on interpretation. Scenes are vivid, colors saturated, dialogue coherent. Sometimes you realize mid-dream that you are dreaming and experiment with flying or altering the setting. On waking, images linger with surprising emotional weight, as if a teacher left homework on your pillow. The pineal gland, anatomical partner of the third eye, governs melatonin and circadian rhythm. When its electrical rhythm shifts, the dream stage becomes an active classroom rather than a recycling bin for daytime impressions. Many notice a physical sensation, a pulse or gentle pressure between the eyebrows, especially during meditation or moments of deep focus. It can feel like a finger pressing from the inside, or a spark that expands and fades. Physicians find no pathology, yet the sensation persistently coincides with contemplation, prayer, or sudden insight. Ancient yogic texts said pra converges at this point when perception turns inward. The body is simply registering a current that was always there but previously unfelt. Light itself seems to change character. You may wince at fluorescent glare, crave dawn or candlelight, or notice how sunlight carries tangible texture. Some people glimpse halos around leaves or shimmering outlines around strangers in conversation. Eyesight is not failing, sensitivity is improving. As the third eye organizes information beyond the visible spectrum, ordinary photons feel over-amplified while subtler wavelengths, auras, moods, atmospheres become easier to read. Heightened empathy follows quickly. You step into a room and the climate of feeling is as obvious as the temperature. Conversation with someone carrying unresolved anger leaves a static in your chest. Standing beside a joyous child feels like being plugged into a charger. Crowds can exhaust you because each overlapping field brushes your own. This is not fragility, it is the nervous system adapting to subtler data. With practice you learn to observe these signals instead of absorbing them, the way a sailor notes wind direction without letting it topple the boat. Then perception itself tilts. Long accepted ideas about success, status, or conflict no longer grip you. A statement that once provoked outrage now appears from multiple angles at once, revealing motives and fears behind the words. You notice synchronicities, books, numbers, overheard phrases, arriving in clusters that answer unspoken questions. The linear story of cause and effect loosens. Patterns replace accidents. This shift can unsettle relationships founded on shared illusions, yet it brings an interior calm that requires less validation from others. Subtle psychic faculties may surface. Images flash behind closed eyes and later match real locations. A sentence forms in your mind while someone across the table is still choosing the same words. These events are rarely grand predictions. They are glimpses from the quiet bandwidth where minds overlap. The ability expands when met with integrity and contracts when used for ego display, an intrinsic safeguard woven into the faculty itself. Nature turns into a collaborator rather than scenery. Time alone among trees feels medicinal, the pulse beneath your feet syncing with your heartbeat. Animals notice you differently. A bird stays on the branch instead of fleeing, a cat locks eyes and seems to recognize an unspoken kinship. Seasons, tides, lunar phases, rhythms once academic, start to echo inside your body. This resonance is the planet reminding you that your awareness is a fractal of its own. Finally, life arranges episodes of deliberate stillness. Devices misplace themselves, plans cancel, weather pins you indoors. What looks like inconvenience is the third eye orchestrating pauses so integration can occur. Sitting with the unexpected gap, you feel layers reorder. Afterwards, decisions emerge with crystalline certainty. The world has not stalled, it has synchronized to your new tempo. If several of these signals have already woven themselves into your days, the faculty you sought is active. The task ahead is cultivation, not pursuit. Rest when the brow center throbs, ground in nature when empathy saturates, speak less so inner guidance can finish its sentences. The third eye is not a medal to display but a compass to consult, quiet, precise, and unfailingly pointed toward the next authentic step.